Hello investors, traders, and Market Club members everywhere. Adam Hewison here with your update for Friday the 25th of October. Well, here's a little known stock that Carl Icahn likes, and I wanted to show and share this with you today because I think it has some good potential on the upside. Technically, it looks very, very good. You can see our monthly signal to buy at 11.95. It's currently trading 11.28, and also the highest close we've seen in this stock is 11.28. So if we close higher than 11.28, that'll be a new high weekly close, and I think that's a very good sign. Technically, we can see this market going higher. Talisman Energy, that's a Canadian company, lots of energy properties and so forth, and it looks like energy may be over. The correction we've seen in crude oil prices may be coming to an end, which is good for this stock. But if you look back, then let's just take this, let's just do a simple line chart here and go back to the max, and you can see, I'll take the monthly stocks, you don't need those, but you can see we've had some pretty nice swings in this stock going back to these periods here. Nice swings, and I think this is a nice base we're building here in the stock, and I can see this heading back up here towards the end of the year. So potentially we could see this market go to the 20 level, which would be a nice move from where we are right now, about an $7 or $8 move, and I think that would be a very nice profit to put in your Christmas stocking. So let's see how that plays out, but the risk is not that great, and I think the upside potential is very good. So let's go on to our next market, and that's gold. Gold is, we still think gold is trying to build that base. We've talked about it before. If you look at this, and I'll take the parabolic off here, we don't need that. This is a weekly chart on gold, by the way, and to just take off a study, just click here and it's gone. But I wanted to share with you, we thought this is been a Fibonacci pullback period in gold. We think it's reached a period, got down very close to the 61.8% level we talked about, and I think it's just building a base. Technically, with our trade triangles, we have them coming in today, and I'll scope this in even closer. You can see we have a buy signal at 1346. The market's 1342, so it has turned around. Both the intermediate and short term are both positive on gold now. So only the long term remains negative, but I think the market is building a base, plus we're coming from an oversold condition. So let's move on to our next market. This is Apple. Apple, of course, has performed very, very well for us. There's our weekly signal on Apple. We had it coming in at 496, currently trading at 529, looking for this market to go to the $580, $600 level. So I think it's going to have a very, very good fourth quarter for Apple. So stay tuned with that. As I say, this is a weekly chart we're looking at. You can see the gains on the week for Apple have been 4.1%, which is very, very good. So moving on to Amazon. Amazon's been a really big winner for us, 8.91% for the week. This is a new weekly high close, a new high for Amazon. Looks like it's getting set to challenge the $400 level. So all of our trade triangles are positive. It looks good to us. Moving on to Netflix. Netflix had a big move earlier in the week, and of course a lot of profit taking came in, but for the week 330, we actually closed at 333 last week, so it's down about less than 1% for the week, but it still looks like it wants to go higher in our mind. So it needs a little bit more base building before it does just what we talked about. So moving on to Facebook. Facebook for the week is actually a little bit lower, which is a little bit disappointing, I guess, but nonetheless the trend is clearly on the upside. But for the week, and now the month isn't over with, remember that, but for the week, this market is lower, but for the month, if you look at the monthly, we are substantially higher. So that's, again, we're higher for the month, 4.6%. So this market's still on a very good uptrend in our mind. Crude oil, I'll scope this out a little further. 6 months. Let's do some weekly things here. And you can see crude oil is getting to the point where it's very, very oversold. You've come back into that Fibonacci retracement level. And if we look at today's action, you can see that, and I'll scope this in just a little bit closer. So you can see we've had this sort of doji cross. If we close up, I would say we close over yesterday's high, which was 97.70. I think we're going to look very good. So it's very close to that, but it's very oversold, and I think we'd see a pop from these levels on the upside. So here's looking at the Dow. Very systematic, has not performed as well as the other indices, such as the NASDAQ, which is at new highs today. We still think that looks very, very good. Looking at the weekly, obviously it's a nice gain for the weekly, up about 7.7% for the week, and still looking well. S&P 500, same pattern there. We're up about 0.6% for the week, but still on a positive mode and looking to go higher there. On our last indices, the Russell Index, it's just fractionally higher, 0.19%. Maybe losing a little bit of steam, but nonetheless, the trend is your friend, and the trend continues to be positive for these markets. So, hey, this is Adam Hewison for Market Club. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll be back next week. We'll see if we can find some winners for everybody. Enjoy the weekend.
You can find Adam Hewison as a regular contributor on Bloomberg, Business News Network, CNBC, and Fox Business News.